Hello, computer scientists. Today I'm going to help you get started creating a game in Scratch. So what we're going to do is step by step create a game where you catch things falling from the top of the screen. So in order to do this step by step, I want you to pause the video and actually follow along in a different Scratch window. That would be the best thing to do. So the first thing that's always fun to do is pick a different sprite. So we're not going to use the cat. We are going to pick a different character entirely. And so what we're going to do is go into costumes, and instead of using these ones, we are going to click on choose costume from the library, and they will all load up here in the main window. And because I'm catching things, I'm going to choose a bowl. I think that looks like a good idea. And I don't need the cat costumes anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete those just to make my life easier. So now I have a bowl sitting in the middle of the screen. And if I start the program, it doesn't do anything. There's no scripts, nothing to do. So what do I want to do? Well, the first thing that happens when I click the green flag is I probably want the bowl to go down. I want the bowl to be at the bottom of the screen. And if you look over here, you'll see that the X and the Y change depending on where I move my mouse. So you can get a pretty good idea of where on the screen things are. So right in the middle here, if I can do it, is X0, Y0, right in the middle of your screen. And if you go to the right, you'll see the X is going higher. And if you go to the left, it goes into the negatives. The Y does something similar. If I go up, the Y goes up. And if I go down, the Y goes down. So this is just like geometry class. The X and Y 0, 0 is in the middle, and X goes up to the right, Y goes up to the top of the screen. All right, so when the green flag is clicked, I want this bowl to go directly to this specific X and Y location. So probably -150 on the Y, and somewhere near 0, somewhere in the middle of the screen on the X. So I'm going to say go to X is 0, and Y is -150. So now, no matter where the bowl is on the screen, if I hit the green flag, it goes to 0, -150. So that's a really good programming practice, is to always, whenever you start your program, put the things back where they should start. But how am I going to move this? So what I want to do is when I click the left arrow on my keyboard, that the bowl goes to the left, and when I push the right arrow key, it goes to the right. Right now, you can hear I'm doing that, nothing's happening. So my first intuition is to go into these events and say, when the left arrow key is pressed, then I'm going to go back into motion, and I need to change the X value, because remember, the X is what goes left and right. So I'm going to change the X by 10. So when the green flag is clicked, it's going to reset its base position. And if I click the left arrow, then it's going to change the X by 10. All right, so let's try clicking the left arrow key. Well, it's moving the X by 10, but instead of going to the left, it's going to the right. All right, well, let's fix that. I'm going to put it back in the middle by clicking the green flag. So what I want it to do is go down by 10. So every time I click the left arrow key, it's going to go to the left. The right arrow key still doesn't work though. We haven't done anything with that. So let's do that. In the events, I'm going to say when the right arrow key is pressed, motion, change the X by 10. So now if I start the program by hitting the green flag, if I hit the left arrow key, it goes left. If I hit the right arrow key, it goes right. So I'm going to save this program now. I should give it a title. Let's call it Basket Catcher. And I'm going to make sure that it saves. And so now you have a basket that you can move back and forth across the bottom of the screen. And even if the game ends with it all the way to the right, if I hit the green flag to start the program over, it starts in the middle again. So this is a good time to go ahead and try this out on your own and see if you can get it to work. I'll continue in the next video.